Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today we are unboxing the newest devotional kit and release from ByTheWell4God. This is for February going into March, and I want to apologize. There is a fly flying around my craft space. So if you can hear it, I cannot get rid of it, and dogs are trying to chomp it, so that's just going to play out behind me. But let's dive in and take a look at everything that came out in the new release. I do believe that as of when I last checked, there were still some of the In the Groove kit left in the shop. So everything will be linked down below for you. I know some of the stamp sets had sold out, but they had some more on reorder. So stay tuned. If it looks like it's out of stock, they will be coming back. So don't worry. Lots and lots of things to get through. So I'm going to slide over some of the extras and we will talk about the kit, and then we'll talk about all the new releases. So if you have not ever ordered from ByTheWell4God before, they are an Etsy shop that has monthly devotional kits that they do, but then they also release coordinating supplies that go with those kits, and they also have a wide variety of not just Bible journaling supplies, but paper crafting, scrapbooking, art supplies, all that goodness. So definitely check them out if you haven't already. They are always adding new things into the shop constantly. There's a sales section, all kinds of goodies, so don't want to miss out on any of those. But when you order from ByTheWell4God, it's like a whole experience. It comes wrapped beautifully. You get extra free goodies. And so I want to talk about the extra free goodies. So each month when they release the new devotional kits, the first 100 people that order during that pre-sale get an extra bonus goodie on top of the bonus goodies that you normally get. So for this month, the first 100 orders got this Plant the Seed and God Will Make It Grow stamp. Those first 100 orders were done in the first 7 minutes of the kit release. So if you want to get on the extras, definitely sign up for the email list and be stalking the page. We share a countdown on Instagram, all kinds of things so you can get in on the extra free goodie. And then every order gets some kind of free goodie. So anything under $37 gets this little goodie pack minus the stamp. So if you order less than $37, you usually get some extra fabric clippies, a little devotional card, maybe some die cuts or some extra stickers. This month we're getting some tile alphas. And then if your order is over 37 or 37.50, something like that, you get all of this plus an extra little mini stamp set. And we've got this fun Love Covers All with a lava lamp with all these hearts. The theme this month is going to be all about the 70s, so bright colors, lots of fun retro patterns that you're going to see throughout this collection. In this little freebie bag, you've got your goodies, but then you also have your thank you card from Lori and Tom over at ByTheWell4God. Just kind of gives you a little bit of information about the kit, and then where you can find ByTheWell4God on Facebook, Instagram, email list, all that goodness is right in here, as well as the hashtag for the kit. So if you are wanting to share processes or pages or whatever you're doing with this kit on social media, you can use this hashtag. And then if you're looking for inspiration, search that hashtag and you can kind of see how other people are working through the days. Maybe you come across through the day and you just don't have any artistic ideas. Search that hashtag and there's usually somebody else that's already worked through that day that can give you some inspiration. On the back side here, you get a little peek into the next kit. This will be releasing later in February. So stinking adorable. So this gives you a little peek into the graphics and tells you a little bit about that kit that's coming out in February. So let's hop in, check out In the Groove. Not gonna lie, there's a big chunk of us in the creative team. We're in a group chat together, and there are several ladies who lived through this era, and we're so pumped for everything to do with this kit. I honestly was born in the 80s. I did not experience this, and so I don't have the same nostalgia as those ladies, but I can definitely get on board with the bright colors and fun florals. I have some fun ideas for some tie-dye painting techniques and things like that that I want to play with. And so I think that there's going to be a big chunk of you out there that can totally tap into your 70s groove and get in with the graphics on this kit. But if you are young like me or younger than me, and you can't connect with that part of it, there's still some really great aspects, and I'm going to show you throughout the month some ways that I'm connecting and using the kits and things that are in here. So let's talk about the devotional content, which really honestly is the most important part. Who cares what it looks like? This is the most important part right here. So this is the devotional booklet. It comes in a standard traveler's notebook insert size, really nice thick paper. This particular devotional is 14 days, like most of their other devotionals. So the idea is that you kind of read through the devotional, pray through it, maybe do some response, and then the next day come back and do your art journaling. And that's going to take you through the whole month. But of course, there's no rules. You can sit down and do the whole thing at once. You can do no art journaling and just work through the devotional content. You can do 2 or 3 days at a time, jump around. Like it's all up to you. I've done a little bit of everything. So this month we're talking about the difference between being in the groove and in a rut. And so what they say here in the beginning is grooves are good, ruts are bad. But what is interesting is that your activities can wear in both a groove or a rut. I picture a groove as being a pathway in which I'm perfectly guided, whereas when I think of a rut, I flash back to my teenage years and getting my truck stuck in a muddy rut. This study will help us focus on the tools we can all use to get in the spiritual groove as opposed to the worldly rut. Join us as we study some spiritual disciplines so that we can find our groove. So, like I said, the devotional content is going to be fantastic, as always, from By the Well for God. They really do nice, in-depth devotional studies. So each day you've got devotional content that's got several scriptures. Usually there is more than one, at least like 2, 3, a handful on each day, and then some prompt questions to help you interact with the devotional content. So again, that is 14 days, and we're going to be looking at spiritual discipline and getting in a spiritual groove versus a worldly rut. I love that phrase right there. So keep that in mind as we hop through and take a look at everything else that comes in the kit. So this all comes packaged in a fun little bag here. You've got your kit card, and this usually has kind of a focus verse for the studies. We have 1 Timothy 4:7, have nothing to do with irreverent, silly myths, rather train yourself for godliness. And then you've got your fabric clippies on here. I've showed in several past videos how I like to take these apart, deconstruct them, retie them, use the fabric for other things. So if you are getting really, really chunky on the top of your Bible, don't be afraid to take these apart and use them in different ways. Nothing is, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want with these. Next up, we have the flare buttons. We've got Celebrate and Ask Rightly, James 4:3. These are a pin. So I like to attach these to the top of the bow clippies. You could attach them to the little baggie. I've had some of you say that you've attached them to like a jacket, and they're a great conversation starter. Your kid's backpack. I think these are going to be loved by kiddos because it is bright and fun. Lots of color this month. Next up, we have the kit sticker. So if you like to keep track of the different devotionals that you're working through in, a particular Bible, you can keep the sticker in the front of the Bible or use it in a devotional entry, use it on the front of a notebook, whatever it might be. There's a lot of different ways that you can use that kit sticker. I will say I do a lot of kit reviews on my channel, and this is not a vinyl sticker. I know some of the kits and some of the companies do like the vinyl stickers that are waterproof. This one is not waterproof. So I would hate for you to stick it on something and then be bummed when it gets wet. So just keep that in mind. Next up, we have the die cut pieces, and there's always kind of a fun like texture element or something that's a little bit different than just standard die cuts. So in here, we're getting this really awesome holographic star pattern paper. How fun is that? Now, I can get behind some holographic anything and everything. So this would be fun to cut tabs out of or cut a shape out of, or just use it as a layering element behind a card, and just have that really fun pop of holo on your page. And then you've got your die cut elements. So it's going to be a mixture of, bigger and smaller. So, no matter what you're journaling in, whether it be the illustrating Bible or a standard Bible or a notebook or a traveler's notebook, you're going to have, pieces that you can use no matter where you're working. And so you've got, again, some fun shaped tabs. I love that they've been including these the last few months, these fun little shaped tabs rather than just, plain normal tab shapes. When you've been journaling as long as I have, sometimes you need to spice things up and change things up, and the top of my Bibles are looking all the same, and so it's kind of nice to have something a little bit different. How cute is this VW bug with lots, you're gonna see lots of like tie-dye, bright colors. We're gonna pull out all the rainbow colors. Be sure to check out my corresponding blog post. I will have color swatches for the different mediums, and they do always have those over at By the Well as well. They usually pull those out. I do want to make a little side note about those swatches, the brush markers. So these ones here, Faber-Castell is actually discontinuing the big brush markers. They will only for now be producing the smaller markers. That doesn't mean that you can't purchase these. There are still some out in the wild, out in the market, but they are finite. They are not, making more. So I tried to make a little symbol on the pictures now showing which ones are limited stock. So sometimes when you go to order a color, it may only be available in the small brush size or not available at all, depending on the color. So just keep that in mind when you're ordering. Lori and Tom are really good about reaching back out to you guys to ask if you want, to pick a different color, if you're okay with it being a small brush size, but that takes time for them. So just be aware of that they are discontinuing the large brush markers, and I'm trying to stay up on top of that as best as I can, but I'm busy and I have a lot of things, so I can't keep track of every single thing that's going out of stock. So, but just heads up, if you get messages about things, that's what it's talking about. Okay, you've got your two little groovy girls. They're gonna pop up, throughout the kit here. Got a little journaling spot, some titles, love the little hearts. This would be fun to recreate a pattern like this using some alcohol inks. That might be something we can play with later on in the month. I have alcohol inks. I haven't showed them on my channel yet because I'm still exploring and playing, but it might be fun to create some really colorful, fun backgrounds with those to cut elements out of. So there are the die cut pieces. You get 28 pieces in there. Next up, we have the 4x6 stamp set. So one thing I really love about stamps, especially in a kit like this, is if you are not drawn to bright, bold colors, you can color in stamps whatever color you want. You can really transform how you work through this kit. So I am more of a softer, more earth-toned neutral girl, and so I can still use the things from this kit and just color it in, to suit my style when I work on other pages. So you've got your two girls, you've got this fun guitar, peace, love, joy, lots of little hearts. So as we were going into February with, Valentine's Day, you can incorporate these into your other projects. I recently did a video all about cards and sharing the love, not hoarding the product. If you have not seen that video, I will link it down below. I love getting to see you guys sharing on social media this last week how you are busting your stash and sharing the love and not hoarding. And so these would be great to use to make cards for people, make encouragement notes and things like that. So we've got your title, In the Groove, this fun little roller skate. I think if you do kids ministry, this would be a great kit for kids ministry, for repurposing some of the products and things for that as well. Okay, next up we have the clear stickers. So you get a sheet of faux washi. So these are like washi strips, but they can't tear like washi tape. They are clear sticker paper. But I love that rather than getting one, roll of a specific pattern, we get several samples of different patterns. And then when you order the physical kit, you also get an email with downloads to the graphics for the kit. So make sure you check your email. That is a free email that you get. And it will have additional pieces of like the ephemera and the washi and things like that. So you can reprint things as you need them, but just keep in mind those are for personal use only, so don't be like printing for a class of 50. That's not what they're intended for. And you can reach out to Tom and Lori if you have questions about class kits and things like that. And then you've got these two sheets of elements that go along with the kit and clear stickers once again. The nice thing about clear stickers is you can place them over the text and still see the text. And just keep in mind that darker colors like blacks and browns and deep blues might be a little bit more difficult to see the text, but something like this you can place over Bible text and still be able to see the text. So you've got Find Your Groove, Equip Yourself, you're just going to see lots of icon and imagery from that 70s retro theme. This little lava lamp is super cute. So lots of fun icons in there. Next up, we have the tip-in cards. I am so excited about these. They recently switched these from the 2-inch margin strips to these cards like this. I think that they are not quite 3x4 if I remember. Maybe they are 3x4. I lied. They're 3x4. So they're a standard journaling card size. And they have verses from the devotional content on the front. And then the back side has room for journaling and then just some fun titles and images. So you could just adhere this directly down onto the page and use that as just like a key element. Maybe you want to fill in your journaling, have a couple of die cut pieces popping out of the top of it, and you are good to go. Your page is done. So it really makes it nice and easy. Or like I said, sharing, not hoarding, passing these along to somebody as an encouragement. Maybe write them a little love note and pass along a Bible verse to them. I think that is great. You know, the whole purpose of being a Christian is to evangelize and talk to other people, not just hidey hole ourselves in our craft spaces. As valuable as that is, that time with God, really we're supposed to be out there interacting with others. So if we can take apart our kits and share those in some way, and I think that these cards are a great way to just naturally start doing that with your supplies. You have your alpha stickers. So these are a white sticker paper, and you've got several of each letter, including some ampersand and some punctuation, little hearts. Stay tuned. There is a super amazing new stamp set that goes along with these. So I'll talk about that here in just a second. And then last but not least, we have our watercolor swatch card. I've talked about these a lot. I have a whole Tip Tuesday about these, how to store them, how to use them. So if you have questions about that, I will link that down below as always. But you've got, let's see, seven different Daniel Smith watercolor samples on here. You just take a wet paintbrush to activate the paint, and you know it's going to be nice, bright, vibrant, deep colors to go along with the kit this month. So I haven't swatched them out, but you know, they're going to be, Lori is amazing at color matching. I usually refer to her color matching when I pull my color swatches. She's super good about that. So there is a look at the In the Groove kit in its entirety. And don't forget, you do get that free email with the additional graphics and things like that. And then later on in the month, they release a set of papers and ephemera that you can purchase separate that's digital that coordinates with the kit. So if you need some additional things, or maybe you are overseas, you know, and don't want to deal with a lot of shipping, they do have that digital paper pack option that you can pick up as well. So let's talk about extra goodies. I am excited about this extra goodie. This is not something you guys can buy. You guys don't get this. I'm sorry. Shannon, she's on the team. She helps out Lori in the shop with packaging your guys' kits. She sent each one of us on the team this fun, brightly colored little Valentine's Day bag full of goodies to make a chunky tassel that coordinates with the kit this month. So I will be putting that together and then showing you later on in the month. But that's just how sweet and amazing the ladies on this team are. It's just such a pleasure to work alongside them. And they pick up the slack for me where I slack off and get too busy. They are on it. They have had unboxings like crazy this weekend for you guys while I waited for my kit to get here. And they are just awesome. And I just so appreciate Shannon and her heart for Christ and her heart for you guys. And just, you know, she, you know, touches these kits and helps Lori out. And it's just so sweet. So there is that for me. But I will show you what I do with that, and that might be an inspiration for you guys to do something similar. I'm going to talk about these first because I'm going to do something different this month. So they have these coordinating notebook inserts. These are Traveler's notebook inserts. You get 2 in a pack, and they are just blank white paper on the inside, the same white paper that's used in the devotional booklets. And these are great for taking sermon notes, writing out prayers. Maybe you want to write in it as you're working through the kit, because sometimes the kit doesn't have extra space for you to respond on the pages directly. So it's nice to work in one of these. I have an abundance of these. I use them all the time, but I get a lot of Traveler's notebooks. So this month, what I think I'm going to do is work exclusively in a Traveler's notebook insert. I will not be doing Bible journaling entries this month. I will only be working in here. I did this a few years ago with a past like illustrative faith kit, and a lot of you guys have brought that up and keep mentioning it and want something similar to that I did years ago. And so I'm going to do that in here. I'm going to respond to the questions in here. We're going to journal in here just as if it was Bible pages and see just how much we can do in here, you know, as opposed to a Bible page. What abuse can these pages take? What, you know, what's the flow? How does it look? How, you know, it's just going to be a totally different way to work through these kits. And I think it'll be great inspiration for those of you who, a couple things, either your Bible's getting super full and you don't have room, that's me in most cases, or you are not comfortable with journaling in your Bible. That whole process bothers you, you can't get on board with that, but you want to engage, you want to, you know, you're inspired by the product and the devotionals and things like that. And so I want to give you some options. So I'm going to be journaling directly into these, not in my Bible this month. So there are plenty of ladies on the team who will be doing journaling in their Bibles, so you can see those entries as well. All right, I'm so excited. Tom is becoming my favorite person in the world. So they did these 6x6 papers for the first time in December, and we all kind of went nuts for them, and they are a lot of work for Tom to do, and we beg every month for him now to do them, and he is amazing. So you get 24 double-sided papers. You get 3 of each design. So each design, there's 3 sheets, double-sided. It is such nice, thick paper. These are great for doing journaling cards and things like that because it's substantial. It's nice and holds up on its own. You could make a little mini book. Oh, that would be super cute. I've been really into mini books lately, so you could cut these down and do a fun little mini book. And they are just amazing, you guys. I'm all about 6x6 papers. So you've got a variety of designs and patterns that coordinate with the kit this month, really bright and vibrant. I do have a Tip Tuesday all about pattern paper and different ways to, use it in your journaling. So I will link that down below if you're curious how to incorporate things like this into your Bible journaling. If you are not, from a crafting background, that might not be comfortable for you. You might not know what to do with things like this. And so I will link that video and it'll give you some ideas for ways to use these papers. I love using these to cut alphas out of and make my own alpha stickers. Like I said, cutting down and doing journaling cards. This is my favorite right here, this pink paisley. This is my vibe. I feel like Lori put that in there just for me. I know she didn't, but I'm all about that pink paisley. That's cute. And then this would be fun to cut it down and do like titles or lists in your margin of your page. I love that. And then you've got this bright blue paisley. So this is an add-on item. It's not part of the kit, so just keep that in mind. All these things you have to buy separate from the kit. So there are the pattern papers. Next up, we have the alpha stickers. So we've got tile alphas. You get 5 sheets of tile alphas in colors that coordinate with the kit there. And then you have this option here, which is 7 sheets of the clear stickers. So again, stickers that coordinate with the colors of the kit, and there's usually a pattern that's the same pattern from the white stickers that are in the kit. So I like to use these solid ones to layer behind my white stickers from the kit and just add like a fun drop shadow colored behind it is really fun. So there is a look at the 7 sheets of clear stickers that you can purchase. And so this is a good time to talk about this stamp set. I'm not sure. This might be sold out, but they are restocking it. So don't fear, it's coming back. This is the outliner stamp set. And I know it might look very similar to some of the other, like I know they had the Essentials Alpha stamp set. This is slightly different than that. This is scaled and designed to exactly fit around these alphas. I don't know how much time we have all spent carefully outlining these alphas, especially like, lighter colors like the yellows and the pinks that we want to pop off the back of our page. It's best if you go in and outline these with a black pen or a colored pen to kind of give them some structure, but that takes a lot of time. So Lori is brilliant, and she came up with this stamp set that perfectly outlines these alphas and the alphas in the kit, so you can just stamp your outline. You could even offset it, or of course just use it on your own. And the nice thing is there's multiples of each letter, so I don't know how many times I'm spelling out the word, week or something like that that's got multiple of a letter, and it can be kind of hard to line up and make space for that. So it's nice being able to put the whole word on a stamp block all at once. So that is super amazing. You could, so many things you can do with this. It has the wonky heart, the punctuation, everything right in there that goes along with the stickers. You guys, you're going to be going nuts for this one. I know it. So don't fear, it's coming back. I know it's sold out, but they will be restocking that. Okay, the other stamp sets that we have this month are these ones here. Now, when you order during the pre-sale period, you can get these for a discounted price, and then they load back into the shop at full price after the pre-sale is over. So we have this alpha stamp here. This is Groovy Alpha, which perfectly matches the font that's used in the graphics in the kit this month. Really fun, like bubbly letters. I can see you doing really, really fun, bright things with these. They are cute, and there are some numbers and punctuation in there as well, which is really awesome. I love taking stamps like this that are a little bit more whimsical and mixing them and matching them with more structured stamps and creating little mismatched words and titles. So, or stamping these on the pattern papers and then fussy cutting them out. Open stamps like this are great for that. Next up, we have Love Hearts. which is kind of based off of Proverbs 27:19, but that's not the only place you can use it. I love the imagery on the back. She always tries to include kind of a little inspirational way to use the stamp sets on the back here, and I love these like just blobs of color behind the black and white stamp. I think that is super cute. So you've got all these fun heart images. Like I said, if you're gearing up for Valentine's Day, doing a lot of Valentine's Day crafting, these would be great for that. And they are, you know, a staple that you can use in your stash again and again and again. These ones are meant to kind of play off of the kit style. So you've got Groovy Grace and God Vibes. We've got Gigi making her appearance again, all decked out with her little bandana and her glasses and her bell bottoms. I love that they are just changing her up and styling her in so many different ways each month. It's super cute. This is going to be one of my favorites with these paisleys. Are so fun. And while, like I said, again, they coordinate with the kit if you paint them in or color them in with bright colors, but you could also transform these into whatever colors you want and really use this in a variety of ways with a variety of different products. So that's one thing I love about stamps is you get a lot of versatility. Then you got this one here with this pocket of love with all these florals in there. Really makes me think of Gail from our team. She's all about the florals. Groovy Grace, and then some floral images there. And again, on the back kind of gives you some ideas for how to color those in. So there's a look at the new kit and new release from ByTheWell4God. Stay tuned later on in the month. They will have those digital papers released as well. And don't forget that you also get your free email with graphics when you order the kit. All those links will be down below for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.